If you receive this, share it with a friend who is afraid of being broke. There's one thing that we will all need in this life to survive. Some have much of it while some have little. And somewhere in between is the fight to stay alive and ensure your life is provided for and also well. This is money, of course. And while people have incorrect thoughts about what money represents, there is one thing that remains true. You will need money for commerce, to accumulate resources, and to pay for utilities and bills. Money is never the problem. It's how people view it. The Apostle Paul said to his protege Timothy, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. 1 Timothy 6 verse 10. Jesus mentioned that no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Matthew chapter 6 verse 24. So you see that those who are faithful use money to build lives worth in the kingdom of God. Those who serve the other master will be deceptive and allow money and the things of this world to be their God. The root word for money in Matthew 6 verse 24 is mammon. It is actually a spirit from the evil one which can become an idol if not looked after properly. You have to understand that money isn't the problem, but if it becomes like a god to you, then it will be mammon and not allow you to serve the real master appropriately, the God who provides. Now that we know that money simply represents a means of commerce and trade, let's discuss why you shouldn't be afraid of not having enough. Way back in Genesis, Abraham defined God as the Lord that provides, or Jehovah Jireh. When Jesus appeared millennia later, the rest of his sermon after Matthew chapter 6 showed that we should take no thought to worry about the next day, or the cares about what to eat or drink or what to wear. Why? Because Jesus already takes care of the sparrows and the lilies of the field, and they have no issues. So if he loves you even more, what exactly would you have to worry about? Psalm 37 verses 25 to 26 says, "I have been young, and now I'm old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed." The writer of this psalm surely lived for only a few decades and never saw anyone suffer too badly for food or become too downtrodden. So if we have a good Father who is eternal and has seen more than the writer in Psalm and also can provide more than any human, then we should be sure his mercy financially will always be sufficient. You see how this works? Be a cheerful giver. 2 Corinthians 9 verse 6 to 7 states, "He which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver." Cheerful is not a term which many tend to associate with giving, but that's actually how God says you should be once you decide to help in your community. Not grudgingly, as if it needs to have a mutual exchange. Not out of necessity, because you feel you need to maybe show your worth, but cheerfully, with a loving heart, to see good done to those who are in need, more than you are. Another truth that many miss is that the more you give is many times the more you will receive. The world's economy runs off the giving of value to those around you. So the more value you provide, the more you'll gain security financially. In addition, the cheerful giver reaps a reward worth more than multiple weights of gold and the treasures of the earth. So do not grow weary in your well-doing. Even when you feel it is not having an effect, still give. God will reveal to you how your giving works wonders. Be rich in good works. King Solomon, David's son, revealed a deeper truth about wealth and prosperity. When he was asked to rule millions of people in Israel, the first thing he asked for wasn't the wealth, long life, honor, and favor. So God said to him, "Since you have asked for this, and not for long life or wealth for yourself, nor have asked for the death of your enemies, but for discernment in administering justice, I will do what you have asked. I will give you a wise and discerning heart, so that there will never have been anyone like you, nor will there ever be. Moreover, I will give you what you have not asked for, both wealth and honor, so that in your lifetime you will have no equal among kings. And if you walk in obedience to me and keep my decrees and commands, as David your father did, I will give you a long life." 1 Kings 3, verses 11 to 14. You see how this works? Those who run down money tend eventually not to have enough. Solomon took a different approach and asked for wisdom. With wisdom, he was able to rule his nation justly. However, God also granted him wealth and honor because he asked for the more important gift. And don't you know, the more godly wisdom you have, the more you will be able to gain, maintain, and grow wealth. 1 Timothy 6 verses 17 to 18 says, "Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trusting in certain riches, but in the living God who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate." Riches are a gift from God. He's giving you those things to steward for his benefit and glory. If all things come from and belong to God, then therefore even your money belongs to him to steward in ways he envisions aright. And the more money you have, the more you'll have to ask God for assistance to manage it effectively. From now on, please have a renewed understanding of money and its purpose. Know that God provides, and you'll always have enough despite the season. Know that it is in the sharing of your treasure that you will enlarge your own prosperity. And know, quite frankly, that God owns everything and is so rich. What really do you have to be afraid of? But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors, as it is today. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18.